Legacy is complicated because of sexual assault charges.
It's not complicated.
In 2003.
You just said it was dismissed.
Is it complicated for you as a woman, as a WNBA player?
Gayle King, out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
All right, welcome back to BrainFLoTv again, everybody. It's your host with the most. So I got a couple of video clips here for you. I want you to pay attention. What you're going to see is Snoop Dogg expressing, Uncle Snoop, expressing how he feels about what Gayle said about Nipsey's legacy. The question she chose to ask Leslie, the female basketball legend, in her recent interview. And also, I want you to hear what Lil Boosie had to say as well. Now, but I want you to know that there are a lot of people that are not feeling Gayle right now. Now, you know, Gayle is a close friend of Oprah. And I remember P. Diddy and a couple of other people calling Oprah out like, hey, man, look, why are you coming for us? You know what I'm saying? You're not going after Harvey Weinstein. We see you with Harvey hobnobbing and all kinds of pictures. I don't care if it's way back in the day. We know that you and Harvey are friends. R. Kelly is under duress right now, and probably rightfully so, because he got himself in that mess. But how come you're not talking about all the white, rich rapists and pedophiles alleged, but you're on the black man's crap? Every single thing you put out there, you're only going after us. And they're saying that, Oprah, you're a powerful...
No.
It's not complicated for me at all. Even if there's a few times that we've been at a club at the same time. Kobe's not the kind of guy, never been like, you know, let's go get that girl or tell her or send her this. I have other NBA friends that are like that. Kobe's, he was never like that. I just never have ever seen him being the kind of person that would do something to violate a woman or be aggressive in that way. That's just not the person that I know. But Lisa, you wouldn't see it though.
Then how would you see it, Gayle?
Wouldn't see it.
How the fuck would you see it, bitch?
And I just don't believe that. And I'm not.
I swear to God, we the worst. We the fucking worst. We expect more from you, Gayle. Don't you hang out with Oprah? Why y'all attacking us? We your people. You ain't coming after fucking Harvey Weinstein asking them dumbass questions. I get sick of y'all. I want to call you one. Is it okay if I call him one? Funky dog-head bitch. How dare you try to tarnish my motherfucking homeboy's reputation, punk motherfucker. Respect the family and back off, bitch, before we come get you.
Use your platform for something else. Now, for me, let me be honest with you, I kind of cut Oprah off a while back. Ever since that Neverland stuff came out about Michael, because, you know, Oprah was all up under Michael Jackson, pretending she was his best friend on earth while he was alive and all that. And I was surprised to see that she signed on to the whole Neverland, leaving Neverland Ranch or whatever the hell they were trying to do, the accusers of Michael, with a whole TV series, and Oprah was on board for it. So it was like, man, that's real shady. How she talked to Michael and treated him when he was alive, and then as soon as he passed away, it was like, well, they might have a point. It possibly could be. I don't know, and I'm not gonna swear for him. I mean, that's hypocritical as hell. If you can't say something in somebody's face, don't say it behind their back. That's what my grandmama always told me. And I started looking at Oprah different once she did that. And then came the whole R. Kelly scandal and all that. And may I remind you that there are a lot of white men that are executives and Hollywood honchos and movie stars and all this other stuff that are under the same charges or been accused of the same things that R. Kelly has been accused of. You can look at Woody, for example. When Woody Harrelson's wife came out and said, Woody is having sexual relations with our daughter that we adopted and raised together, and she's still underage. What did he do? And he was a big friend of Oprah's. What did he do? He denied it to the public, and then as soon as that girl turned 18, he denied it to the public, he left his wife, he filed for a divorce. He said, she's trying to ruin my reputation in Hollywood. And as soon as she turned 18, he married that child. How the hell did you raise a child and then marry her as soon as she turned 18? The fact's in the pudding, Jack. Whatever your wife was saying was true, was going on, but because they raised her in a certain way, she was Asian and she was taught to not say much and to be subservient to the white man, especially if he's rich and powerful and can provide a lot of stuff for you and your family, that kind of stuff, right? Oprah is not bringing out not one of these names of any of these people, and a lot of them have been on her show at some point or another or attended functions with her and are...
I did with Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant. And I know that if I had only seen the clip that you saw, I'd be extremely angry with me too. I am mortified, I'm embarrassed, and I am very angry. Unbeknownst to me, my network put up a clip from a very wide-ranging interview, totally taken out of context, and when you see it that way, it's very jarring. It's jarring to me. I didn't even know anything about it. I started getting calls. What the hell are you doing? Why did you say this? What is happening? I did not know what people are talking about. So I've been told, or I've been advised, to say nothing. Just let it go. People will drag you. People will troll you. It'll be over in a couple of days. But that's not good enough for me, because I really want people to understand what happened here and how I'm feeling about it. I reached out to Lisa because I know that she's a longtime friend of Kobe's, to talk about his legacy and their friendship. We had a really wide-ranging interview, talked about many things: his career, his passion, his sense of humor, the way he was mentoring other people, how he was starting his next chapter. It was wide-ranging. And yes, we talked about that court case, because that court case has also come up. And I wanted to get Lisa's take on it as a friend who knew him well, what she thought, where that should stand. And I thought it was very powerful when she looked me in the eye as a member of the media to say it's time for the media to leave it alone and to back off. During the course of the interview, I asked follow-up questions because I wanted to make sure that her position and perspective were very clear. And at the end, when she said it's time to leave it alone, as I said, I thought that was powerful. And I insisted that that part be in the interview, because I thought that it put a nice button on that part of the conversation. When the interview aired, we got a great reaction to it. I talked to Lisa last night. I believe that Lisa was okay with the interview. And I felt really good about the interview. Really good about the interview. So for the network to take the most salacious part when taken out of context and put it up online for people who didn't see the whole interview is very upsetting to me, and that's something I'm going to have to deal with them. And there will be a very intense discussion about that. I also want to say this. I have been with Kobe Bryant on many social occasions. He was very kind and very warm to me, and I felt that we had a friendly relationship. I, too, am mourning his loss, just like everybody else. I still am shocked by it. It's tragic and untimely, and the last thing I would want to do is disparage him at this particular time. And I hope people understand that. And that's why I'm taking this time to speak to you directly. I've never done one of these before. I've never done one of these before, but this was so important to me that I felt I had to say something. I don't want to sit up on a set and read a prepared remark. I wanted you to hear exactly where I'm coming from and how I'm feeling, and to let everybody know that no disrespect intended. And now I've got to go to work.
Gayle King, why the fuck would you ask some shit like that? I don't give a fuck who friend it is. I don't give a fuck she can Obama. Why the fuck would you do something like that? Why would you do that to your people? You know what people
going through right. Why would you ask a fucking question like that? Trying to tarnish somebody's image. You do that to your own black people. You sad. I'm finna fire your ass up. You sad, bro. People be talking. Black people need to stop fucking trying to hurt black people for success. It's all the reason you ask that fucking shit for, to get your fucking numbers up. Give a fuck who you can to.
And everybody knows Gayle is Oprah's best friend. They're so good of friends that one time it was said that Gayle and Oprah are actually lovers, but they just don't want to bring it out to the forefront, right? And I know you're going to say, nah, but Oprah been with Stedman all these years. Nah, it was one point they were saying that Stedman was her cover-up, right? Anyhow, they're good friends. That's what I know. Gayle and Oprah are good friends, and that's what Snoop was talking about. Like, do y'all have an agenda? Are they paying y'all to do this? To go out, and then Bill Cosby, they did the same thing to Bill Cosby. And I thought, yo, I'm done with Oprah. I don't even want to see Oprah no more. But there are a lot of people that are heated to the max about what she said. She is asking if Kobe's legacy is, basically she's trying to say, is Kobe's legacy tainted? And okay, if you want to ask that question, because when I did the video and I was talking about Kobe's life, I actually reminded my audience that, yo, remember that time when he got in trouble in a hotel room with that girl, and, you know, it blew up into something else, and his wife was so ashamed that she threatened to leave him. But I also said kudos to Kobe because he got himself out of the doghouse. And he let it be known in front of the world that, listen, I made a mistake. I'm young. I'm wealthy. All this other stuff. I got confused. This you I choose. And he never, ever made another mistake like that again. You know what I mean? But Gayle took it another level. She's asking Leslie, you know, is his legacy like complicated or some shit she said? And she was like, you like what? Like, how do you mean? And she's like, well, you know, with all the sex allegations and stuff, because, you know, at one point he was in, like, and everyone is thinking, like, are you freaking serious? Are you serious right now? Why bring that up, Gayle? At a point in a time like this, why bring that up? This man just died. Died with his child, right? Could you imagine what his wife is going through? And here you are on national television rehashing some stuff that millions of people already know about, and he has proven himself worthy of forgiveness. Matter of fact, Kobe didn't owe any of us any forgiveness. He owed his wife forgiveness, and she went on to have 4 more kids for him after all that. So, or 3 more kids for him, or 4 more kids for him after all that. So, and she stayed with him, and she built a life with him, and she trusted him, and she loved him. You even thinking what this woman is going through right now? Could you imagine what it feels like to lose your husband and your daughter in the same day? Can you be a little bit compassionate? Or is this throw the black man under the bus for ratings? Is this what it is? Get your numbers up. And that's what Lil Boosie was saying. He was like, I know what it is. I know what it is. You know what it is, Gayle. You one of those. So, man, if you go on Instagram and you look at all these comments, it's like they are giving it to her. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Now, let me close this video by saying this. It's sad, but let's not be surprised or act like we're surprised. It's always been like this. You know what I'm saying? We are easily bought and sold. We as a people are easily bought and sold. So it brings me back to when Kanye West said it was a choice. And people wanted to get mad. Ninjas wanted to get mad. It was a choice. What's he talking about? Nah, I'm going to burn Kanye's CDs. I don't want to hear his music no more. No live, no streaming, nothing. It was a choice. Kanye was right. It was a choice. It was a choice to stay on them plantations that long. It was a choice for some of us to go and tell, Massa, use my family, Massa. Them ain't my family. Massa, they is planning a rebellion, Massa. Massa, they planning on leaving tomorrow night as soon as the sun goes down, Massa. Massa, we always had that. We always had some that were willing to sell out the others for a little bit and nothing at all, that they thought were a lot. And it still happens to this day. Are you willing to throw him under the bus? We will give you the interview. Yes, I'll do it. Make sure you ask the hard questions, Gayle. Okay, I got it. Hard questions like what? Be specific. Ask about the sex allegation thing. It's going to stir feathers. It's going to make a lot of noise. And she thought she was brave enough to handle the heat. And then the fans showed her that it got hot in that kitchen. Gayle is getting dragged all up and down social media right now. So much so that she had to do a video explaining, because like she said in her explanation, the network said, just let it blow over. You know, people are going to drag you. They're going to say what they want to say, but just let it blow over. Don't say anything. And she's like, no, I can't not say anything. This is way out there. I mean, I'm getting dragged. I'm getting beat down. So for her, and I've never done one of these before. She's speaking about getting on social media, Instagram, whatever, and making a video explaining herself. Even she said, had she seen the video the way it was given to the public, she would have been mad at herself. She's having regrets now, but the damage is already done, and nobody wants to hear that. And look at Snoop Dogg's reply. Oh my God. Snoop like really dragged her. You know what I'm saying? So I think at this point, there ain't no forgiveness. Gayle could stay up out the black community. I think also Oprah could stay up out the black community. Stay over there and do what you're doing. Shuck and jive for Massa. That's what the people are saying at this point. I'm going to leave it right here. Leave your comments in the comment section and tell me if you really think this is being blown out of proportion, or if you think that Snoop Dogg and Lil Boosie and everybody else who was mad as hell has a valid point. It's BrainFLoTv. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.